Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla. I'm Darla, and yes, I'm wearing a WIP. Alrighty, so I have a lot to show you. See if I can get through it all in one video. I put up a tutorial for this on a week ago, I guess it was, a little more than a week ago. It's a summer cardi made in one piece. If you have not seen it, and let's just turn Peggy around. Oh my, there's the back of it. It has that fancy design going down the back. And this is a yarn art. So I tell you all about the yarn in the tutorial. And I'm making another one. Yes. Now this one is, okay, I'm only so far on it right here. Oh wait, further down than I thought. Okay. But yeah, it'll fit pretty much anybody. You just need to, you start at the top, you crochet down, it grows outwards and longer as you crochet it. Then you do have to add more length on the bottom, but make it out this way so that it fits you. And I show all that in the tutorial, how to try it on and whatever. But for this one, I was actually not color controlling in the beginning, and I found that a lot of this tan sand color was more on, like a lot of it was on one side and hardly any on the other side, just because I was just letting the colors go where they wanted to go. And I started to really not like it. So I got, part way, and then I frogged it, and then I started color controlling. So I'll show you the yarn that I used, or that I'm using for this one. Funfair Swirl DK. And it's got whites and that tan color, a couple of shades of blue. This yarn it's pretty soft, and it's a 3-weight. The color is 006 Dodgems. Right there. And I got this yarn, in case you didn't see the haul, I got this yarn from Knitting Network. This reminds me of the Hobie Horizon, which is so expensive. This one was, how much was this now? Like Knitting Network is in the UK, so their prices are in pounds on their site. In Canadian, I think it was 6 something for one. Excellent deal. And it's really nice yarn. So last time I got several different colors of it. Yes. So I'm color controlling. Would you like to see how I color control? But first of all, let me tell you, you are on a selfie stick right now that is stuffed into a plastic coffee can with rags stuffed around to hold you up. So if you fall, brace yourselves. you might fall. I hope not, though. And because I broke apart on my, this is what I use for tutorials. This thing is cracked. I'm waiting for a new part to come in, and hopefully it'll be here this week. But anyway, so first of all, before I show you how I can color control, I don't always do it this way, but this last time I was doing it this way. But first, before that, let's just look at this one. Okay, this one is the same design. The other one was a 1-weight that Peggy was wearing. This one's a 3-weight. This is Premier Garden Batik. And this is what I used for the actual tutorial. So that tutorial will be linked somewhere below. So yeah, I didn't mind so much the colors. I didn't color control this, and I didn't mind so much how they came out. But let's see the back on this one. So yeah, all the details about the yarn art that Peggy was wearing earlier, and this one is all in that tutorial. Yeah. So she's smaller than me, so it's a little bigger on her. But yeah, so let's go on to how I'm color controlling this one. Okay. I'm hoping my selfie stick does not fall over because you're leaning. You're leaning. Okay. So what I did was the first color that was in the ball was this dark blue. And then it goes to the light blue, and then it goes to the tan color, and then to the white. So the first color that came out of the center was the dark blue. So I started with that. Okay, I made my chain, and then there wasn't a lot of dark blue at first, just a little bit. So I just made my chain, and then I made the couple of single crochet rows and a couple of the rows with the next color that came up, which was the light blue. And then I decided I was going to do 3 rows of the next color. So I just cut off what was left of the light blue, and I put it into a baggie that said my second color is light blue. Okay, and the first color, I've already gone through an entire ball, so that's why there's balls in here. So first one was dark blue, second color was light blue. So yeah, I worked a couple of rows of light blue, and then the third color was tan. So whatever, if there was a light blue left, I put it in that light blue bag. And then with the tan, if there was any left over, I put it in this bag. This is number 3, tan. And then I went to the next color, the white. And then once I used what I could of the white for 3 rows, if there was any left over, then I put it in a bag that says number 4, white. All right, so then when I got to the next one, it would have been the blue. And then after a while, it's kind of like because your sweater grows, you're going to maybe need more blue than is in the next layer on here. So then, so once I use as much blue as in here, the next one that comes up is the light blue. So I just took it and I rolled it into a ball, cut it off, put it in this designated bag, and then did the same thing with the tan and the white. So I ended up with these, balls in these bags. And then when I got to the blue, I worked with the blue again from the ball. But when there's colors, say the light blue, which was next, I worked with that, and say I had some light blues left over in my bag, that's the dark one, I would work with the balls first and get, use up those, and then go back to working from the cake. I hope I explained that right. I know I explained it right in my head. I hope it's understandable. It's just was trying to use up the balls from the bags more than I was from the cake, or the colors in the bags more than I was the cake. Anyway, so far I've used the whole cake, except for, where's the end of it here? Except for whatever balls are left. There's nothing in this one right now. Oh, gee, and the light blue. And that's the color I'm working on right now, so I'm working from the ball. And then there's a couple here, a couple of the white, a few of the white, and a few of the tan, and I'm going to be, using these balls for the next rows. So that way I don't have bunch of little balls left over. I'm going to be using them in here. And so now I'm into the second cake. I do have 3 cakes of this it'll be more than plenty. And there are, how many yards? There are approximately, this is 450 meters, 492 yards, 100% acrylic. And it's a 3-weight. So, can you read that up there? Yeah, so it's not going to take much. I'm not going to use up those whole 3 balls unless I want to make it really long. But anyway, and I'm using a 5mm hook. 5. All right, let's go on to the next thing I want to talk about. All right, so here's the purple and teal. Whoops, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, don't fall over. Okay, here's the purple and teal one on me. I do show this in me wearing it in the tutorial. But now I want to talk about some faker knitter. Sentro machine. Okay, hubby gave me one for Christmas. Now, I have made a tutorial. But first, what I did was recorded an unboxing. And it shows you what's in the box, and I show you how to assemble the machine. Because there's a few little, parts that come with it. It's not hard to assemble. But I do show you that in the video, and that video I'm going to release on Wednesday. Today's Monday, so I'll release it Wednesday. And next week, I'm going to release a video on how to use the Sentro. If you have one, dig it out, open it up, put it together. If it's been sitting in the box for a while, yeah. But I'm going to show you in next week's video how to use your Sentro. There's a few tips that I discovered as I was learning how to use it, and I videotape how I see my machine when I'm working with it. So it'll give you the view you're going to have when you're working with your machine, okay? So, yeah, the view right here. And then I broke the part on my arm there, but on my, my recording thing. Anyway. Oh, so then in that same video, I will show you how to make this scarf. All right, so that's next week's video, okay? How to make this scarf, and I put some tassels on it. And I showed, this in a previous video just to show you. And I know it's March, weather's getting nicer, but sometimes these things happen, you end up, putting a tutorial on for a scarf and a hat. But next week, like I said, it'll be how to use your knitting machine, and in the same video, how to make a scarf. So if you want to learn how to use it and then actually make something as you're learning to use it, and guys, it's really not that hard. It really isn't. And I go slow, and I tell you everything I'm doing, and I give you tips and things like that. In the end, you'll have a scarf. So, and I did make this hat with the same yarn here. This is a Kelebek yarn from Herrschners. I did talk about this in a previous video. It's beautiful. So I did make a hat on the knitting machine, but I have not recorded an actual tutorial, but I'm hoping to have one out the week after of the matching hat. As long as my part comes for my recording arm before that. All right. So yeah, so tomorrow's video, like I said, will be the Sentro, showing you what's inside the box and how to assemble it. So watch, no, not tomorrow, Wednesday. Did I say tomorrow? Wednesday. All right. Yeah, because this is Monday. All right, let's go to the next thing I've been working on. Alrighty then. Have you ever seen anybody change so often in one video that's all recorded in like the last half hour? Anyway, all right. So this is the pink one. This is the 1 weight yarn art. I just have a little pin there to hold it. Yeah, Peggy was just wearing this. All right. So this is, I showed this the other day in a video. It's design. It's based on a design by Angela at My Precious Yarnery. I'll link her tutorial below. I made mine a little different, and I talked about it. Hers is a cardigan that's open at the front, but I made mine just have this open neckline here. But I made this panel all in one piece. So there's 4 panels. In mine, she has 5 because she has it open as a cardigan in the front. But there's a back panel, front panel, and then there's 2 sleeve panels. There's, Peggy, you're too tall. There's, let me tip this. Don't fall over. Okay, there is a hood. It's crocheted right onto it. Peggy, fix yourself up. All right, so there's a hood. And, yeah, so I made it like this, and then I put a drawstring, put some beads that I had here. And so, of course, Angela watched my video because I tagged her. So she knew to watch it. I guess she watches my other videos, maybe some when she has time. But anyway, so she said in the comments, I think I need a tutorial on that. So I'm thinking she's given me permission to do a tutorial on this one. So I started on the weekend making a few of the parts or panels. But like I've said several times, I broke a part on my recording arm. I don't know. I tried to record on the broken piece the other day. Well, actually, I did record how to make a magic ring and how to control the ring as you're doing your first row around it. But I had to do that, like, it took 8 takes, 7 or 8 takes to get that video done. So, I really need that part. It's coming, it's coming. I hope it's here by Friday, maybe. So anyway, what I did on the weekend was I made some panels, and I'll be able to record the making of one of the panels, and then because they're all basically the same. Well, the front and back are going to be almost the same, except for I'll show you how to do the open neckline. But this one here, look at that. Is that even the front? You know what I did? Right here, I put a stitch marker where the front is, so I don't have to keep looking when I want to sew them together, the panels. And I know this is the front, okay? So, oh, it goes this way, sorry, it goes this way. It's going to run vertically, just like this one. It's going to be the same. So yeah, isn't that gorgeous? I love how those colors turned out. It's, is it the same yarn? Yes, it's the same. I think it's the same yarn. This is Kelebek. This came from Herrschners. You get 5 in a bag. And this is it here. Really good price on these. And I was holding it with this big Lisa that I always forget I have, but this one is from, this was from Mary Maxim in a mystery bag. So it's kind of an off-white. It's not real white. What do they call it? They call it color 70. Color 70. Yeah, and so both of these are a 3 weight. So I just held them together, and this is the result. I think it looks great. Yeah, so that's going to be the back panel. And then, like I think I said, I need to record the front panels, basically the same thing, except, like I said, I'm going to make that. And then the, see my stitch marker right there to show this is the front of the sleeve. So I made both sleeves, and then you do a little cuff. But yeah, so like all the details will be in the tutorial once I get to film it. So what else? I think that's it. Oh, I'm using an 8mm crochet hook for this. So the amount I used for this one was almost 4 of these, and they are 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 292 meters. So I used almost 4 for this, and then I used another one. I talked about it in a previous video. I used another one to, like, I used a white that was also from Herrschners. I think it was baby something, I think. So you would need 4 of each if you're going to put 2-3 weights together. And yeah, but I mean, you could make it with a 4 weight. With a bigger hook than is what recommended, I think. Because I really like how it's not all, you know, stiff and stuff. That's mainly why I used an 8mm. So it wasn't going to be, you know, too stiff. You know. So I think that's it. I hope that's it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I've been busy. Well, this has been over the last, like these, I think it was a month ago that I made this scarf, and I'm finally going to release that tutorial next week. Yeah, so I think that's it. Oh, I had made a pocket. I showed in a video, and I asked about the pocket. Should I put it on or not? And some of you guys said to put it on. Some said I would leave it off. Some said like it was just a rectangle. Sometimes I say triangle when I want to say rectangle. It is a rectangle, but some of you suggested not just having it squared off, because it'd be easier to put your hands in if it's kind of a different shape on the edges, or yeah, so that makes sense. So I don't know if I'm going to make a pocket on the pink one. I might, I'm not sure. And someone also mentioned they didn't really want a hood. That is perfectly fine, because as I crochet the hood on, if I stop at a certain point, it'll be a collar. Okay, it'll be a collar. But if I continue on, it'll be a hood. So I'll show that in the video. I'll tell you, okay, you can stop here, and then now you have a collar. Yeah. So once that tutorial is, when I can get it going, then I'll explain everything. I try to show and tell you as much detail as I possibly can. And I try to think of any questions you may have as I'm doing the tutorial, and try to answer those, you know, before you ask them, kind of thing. You know, so you can continue crocheting and just crochet and crochet and not have to worry about asking any questions. That's just, I guess I'm detail oriented. Maybe that's what I am. Anyway, I think that's it now. All right, so you guys, thank you so much for joining me. And do you guys plan on making this? Or make it a cardi like Angela made hers. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm going to have a tutorial below. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check her out. I love her. I love her. She's so sweet. And She has different tutorials on her channel, so check them out. And she does yarn hauls, and she's an affiliate of Ice Yarns, so she has a link under her videos. So check that out too. Yeah, she's just a really super person. All right, that's it for now. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Watch for that video on Wednesday for the opening of the Sentro and assembly of the Sentro. All right, thanks guys. Bye.